call the regular meeting of the Milliken Board of Trustees of June 28th, 2017 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the town clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Burek? Here. Trustee Nick Ehrlich?
Here.
Mayor Woodcock?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Meisner?
Here.
Trustee Leron Ehrlich?
Here.
Trustee Austin?
Here.
Agenda approval.
Mayor, we need to add item number 2 under action agenda resolution 17-18.
You have a second?
Second.
Town clerk, please call for roll. Call, vote.
Trustee Burek?
Yes.
Mayor Woodcock?
Yes.
Trustee Leron Ehrlich?
Yes.
Trustee Nick Ehrlich?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Meisner?
Yes.
Trustee Austin?
Yes.
Citizen comment. Citizen comment is the point in the meeting where the public is invited to address the town board on any items except agenda items for which there is a public hearing. Public comment on public hearing items will occur during the scheduled public hearings. All comments should be directed to the town board. Please limit the time of your comments to 3 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record at the podium. Any citizens comment? Sure. Perfect. Is there any discussion or comments on the minutes of the previous meeting of June 14th, 2017? If acceptable, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Here's the big one. Acknowledgement of paid list of bills.
I have questions.
I have questions.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Okay. Waste management was 62,000. Normally it's 25 to 27, and this does include cleanup day. How much was cleanup day?
So I did look it up. There was two $27,000 invoices for regular collection, and then cleanup day was just over 4,000. Then we had a couple additional roll-offs for town services, and then we also now have the portalets at the parks. So all that's added in together.
How much did we raise
Yeah.
The
on
rates,
cleanup days? How much did we raise with fees?
so just under 2,000.
I thought it was right around 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So not enough to cover.
Not the full
Not the
thing.
entire bill, no.
So we need to
Right.
probably charge more.
I thought originally you were telling us that the estimate for the cleanup days is gonna be $8,000.
There's only 4.
Depends on how many roll-offs we end up using on that actual day.
Depends on how many people.
So
out.
it's $4,000 is all it cost us?
Just over, yeah.
What was it? We do it
Well, I
twice.
think we did all right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, what we
correct.
think.
We do it twice a year, so.
Right.
$2,000 isn't bad.
It only covers half of what it's costing us, though.
Yeah, but there were an awful lot of people that did not go and use cleanup days because of the fee.
It costs money.
Yeah, and we don't want to keep raising it too much. People won't use the service.
Okay, next. Next question.
No,
the
that's
one
my
you had?
question for right now, yeah.
Okay,
Did you have one?
I do have one. I don't think that we should be paying ESG $4,225 for the pizza boilerplate they gave us at the last meeting. I think that bill ought to be withheld and negotiated.
We'll be contacting them.
Has the check been sent out already?
On this portion, yes.
I think it was done, this is a month's worth, and I think this was
I think this was the prior month.
prior
Mhm.
before, yeah.
What's that, Katie?
Oh, the book we can't use. We're paying for nothing. We've got a bill here for $612.50 for court legal fees for an ableo law. What the heck is that? It's about the fifth one,
That-
sixth one down.
That's the attorney that fills in when Sunita's out of town for our court.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And what are we spending $742 for community court shirts? What is that?
They bought shirts for the community court
Mickle.
for Mickle.
Was it from Mickle?
Yeah, it was for Mickle. I want to say that they got a donation for part of it.
For the Milliken Youth Community,
Mhm.
what's the L?
That's all I had.
Okay.
For the Go Play Incorporated, it says for the Centennial Lake Park equipment, which I see is being installed,
Mhm.
which looks really nice, but there's no pool shade yet?
That,
Do you
that was
know?
the deposit for the pool shade, so it's being made right now, and then it'll be installed as soon as it's done.
And
Actually,
it's
there's
just
been a
one?
delay to us.
Oh, really?
You sure? It just says shade
I'm
dip-
sorry, Katie, there's been a delay to us on the delivery of that shade.
Okay,
It was ordered several weeks ago, and it still hasn't made it here yet.
is it just one?
I forget whether, when they worked out with TRPR, whether it was one or two that was being done.
I think it was big though, if I remember.
Mhm.
I think Bill and Clint both said it was pretty big. So. Any other questions? No? All right. Moving on.
Thank you, Courtney.
Action agenda. Action item number 1, consideration and approval of amendment to the agreement with Short, Elliott, and Hendrickson. Town Brown, or Kent Brown, the town administrator. So,
Mayor, members of the board, this is an amendment to the agreement between the town of Milliken and Short Elliott Hendrickson for engineering services for the sewer main extension to the property at 11889 South Quinteen Avenue. They had an original proposal. We started going through that proposal for the extension of sewer services to that property. And it's run into a couple obstacles in order to complete the sewer plans and specifications for it, due to the utilities at the southwest corner of the property. And so had to be quite a few adjustments to the plans for those sewer main extension to the property. We had to work out and discuss with the property owner regarding the change in plans regarding the sewer main extension. So, this is the result. I hate bringing this to you, but this is a request for an amendment for additional services to complete those plans. And so we have plans ready to bid once it's completed.
Is this Frank's property?
Yes.
Okay. And we had budgeted 200,000 for this?
That was for the engineering and for the construction of it. And it was budgeted several years ago. It was part of the agreement for the property at Dove Valley. And there was to be an extension of the sewer main to this property as part of that, and it was never completed. We are trying to complete it at this time, and it's just become more difficult than what expected at the start.
Was that supposed to be completed by us when Dove Valley was,
Yes, that was part of the agreement.
why didn't we do it back then?
I
that was waiting for
do
you.
not know.
Time machine.
Part of it was they wanted to wait until a interceptor main was running along County Road 46. That did not occur. So we're extending this sewer from within Dove Valley, which will get complaints from the residents of the valley when that occurs. That was part of the reasoning for it, but the interceptor main is no closer to true reality. We're gonna go ahead and get this done. We have talked with the property owner saying when the interceptor main does come, we may switch it to the main one in County Road 46 when it occurs, as it comes from east to west across town, so.
What kind of complaints do you anticipate getting from Dove Valley?
The manhole that we're connecting to is right in the east section of Dove Valley. It's in between the houses. And in order to connect to it, there will be some disturbance of the sidewalk and the connection at that, to that main. So. I'm just thinking there might be complaints when that actually ends up happening. So,
They've all been given notices, though, I assume.
they will.
Any other discussion or questions? No. I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to authorize the town administrator to sign the amendment to the professional services agreement with Short Elliott Hendrickson to develop plans and specifications for construction of the sewer main extension to 1189 South Quinteen Avenue.
Second.
Will the town clerk please call for the vote?
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Austin?
Yes.
Trustee Lee Ehrlich?
Yes.
Trustee Burek?
Yes.
Trustee Nick Ehrlich?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Meisner?
Yes.
Mayor Woodcock?
Yes. Action item number 2. Town of Milliken Resolution number 17, TAC 18, right?
Yes.
A resolution accepting the resignation of trustee Ken Kidd and determining to fill the vacancy by appointment.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the Board of Trustees. I'm Kathy Guckenberger, Town Attorney, or Assistant Town Attorney. I'm here today to present to you this resolution just read by the Mayor, a resolution number 1718, accepting the resignation of trustee Ken Kidd and determining to fill the vacancy by appointment. And as this resolution recites, the town board by state law has the option to either fill the vacancy by appointment or to declare an election, which is of some expense. And with the consensus of the board, I prepared this to accept the resignation of former trustee Kidd as of June 14th, 2017. And it states that the board will determine to fill the vacancy by appointment. And it specifies within 60 days after that June 14th, 2017, because if either the appointment is not taken care of by that time or an election is not declared by that time, then an election must be set. So that this appointment needs to be filled within the next 60 days from June 14th, 2017. And that the person that is appointed to fill that vacancy will hold that spot on the board until the next general election. Any questions?
Any questions?
Nope.
Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Yes, sir. Mayor Pro Tem Meisner?
Yes.
Trustee Nick Ehrlich?
Yes.
Trustee Burek?
Yes.
Mayor Woodcock?
Yes.
Trustee Austin?
Yes.
Trustee Lee Ehrlich?
Yes.
Informational agenda. Tornado sirens grant. Town administrator, Kent Brown.
Mayor, members of the board, we had applied for an emergency management grant to install additional tornado sirens in town. Currently, there's only one emergency siren, which is located on this property, on the police station property within it. There are no other sirens within Milliken. This grant would, in the grant application, it had 3 additional sites. It'll depend on what the responses are as far as the funding for, or the cost for the sirens, whether we're able to install 1, 2, or 3 additional sirens. Unfortunately, the way this was one of the last items, and it took a while before it was approved, but it was one of the last items that Seth Heiberger applied for regarding the emergency sirens. And in the grant application, he included the quote from the manufacturer, and unfortunately, that kicks that manufacturer out and is no longer able to bid
Oh,
on the on the equipment. So that may cause a little difference in the actual cost for the sirens. There were three locations identified. One was on top of the hill, up towards the Mad Russian area, at least along the frontage along, before you get 257. There's a little narrow strip there that could be used. You'd have to get power there. There would also be at the Daniels building, or the church that's on the east side of town. That would cover, because they can basically cover a little more than a mile, especially in storm conditions. Now, obviously, it carries farther than that in sunny conditions, but that's not when you need them. But in storm conditions, it's usually about a mile that you're wanting to look for. And then the other one was outside Wildcat Acres on South Quintine. So it'll depend. We will put out an RFP for the emergency sirens, but I wanted to let you know ahead of time some of the parameters and some of the limitations that we may have regarding the grant, and that we may not be able to do all 3. But it is and I don't have it in front of me, 50% funding for the construction of these sirens. So it is a good deal for the town of Milliken to add it to our emergency warning system grant. So any questions, concerns?
So I know some communities are getting rid of their tornado sirens and starting to use reverse calling and things like that, because that seems like a cheaper way to go. Is that something we've considered and have a cost on that?
I don't have a cost regarding that as a possibility. I know some committees are doing that, but there are times, and I've been in situations with storms where your phones don't work. And so, and the emergency warning system for outside is for people outside, it's not for people in their homes. They should be able to get notifications some other way. Or you would hope ahead of time. But we could look into that before publishing the RFP regarding that, if that's a route that you all would want to go.
I'd be curious just to see before we paid half of that, if that's, you know. Also, what's the maintenance cost on these?
Over the years.
You have the electrical constant cost. The maintenance cost is minimal. I mean, they'll last a generation,
Inspections and
20 to 30 years, but then that's about it.
I assume we do maintenance on the one we have.
Yeah. But there's very, very minimal.
How often do we test the one we have?
They only test them here. Well, they kept trying to test it, and it needs to be completely still, it seems like here. I've been in communities where they test it almost every week, but, so they keep delaying the test, but they only do it once or twice a year. A lot of times they'll coordinate it with Weld County. Benny's not here this week, but he can tell you regarding, they usually set it up through the police and fire department regarding the emergency warning test, and they usually have it on the weekends. Try to have it.
Okay, thank you.
You've been out in Kansas, they use a lot of sirens out there, or they use the, cause I'm kinda with Nick, I read an article about the sirens that go off, but more basically the text or the reverse call is what saved them, because they actually got that before the storm came in.
Maybe it's something we do both of.
Right, exactly, that's what I was thinking, I mean, you got one for the outside people, and then you got the one for the inside people. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's technology generation now.
Oh, sure,
Not as many people,
absolutely.
or, you know, people are too lazy to go outside and do something.
Yeah, and I read the article regarding a nearby fairly large city doing the reverse calling. And the expectation that it's a community north of here, saying that they're gonna take out all their sirens.
South just did.
Oh, Longmont just did.
Longmont, Fort Collins did too, or is going to.
Are they
And
selling what they took out by any chance? Trying to save a nickel.
So that's a risk they're willing to take, so.
No, I
I've,
know that.
I've seen a lot of situations where the reverse calling hasn't worked, so.
I remember after the tornado here, cell phones were so jammed that they didn't work. There were so many calls going in and out that basically every line you got was blank. So, but I mean, this is a warning, it's pre-storm usually, so.
I think both sound.
Yeah, I think it's an idea to look at both ways, both options, so.
So we can certainly do that. And that's part of the reason why to bring it up, to get your input regarding it, so I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty, let's go into executive session, guys. Good times, great old days. Look at Colorado. God, I'm having fun. Which one am I starting off on? Let's go to this one. Alright.
So you need a motion.
Huh? A motion to go into executive session. Do I have a motion to go into the executive session?
I'll make a motion.
Did you read
I move to go into executive session under section 24-6-4024B Colorado Revised Statutes for the purpose of discussing with and receiving legal advice from the town attorney representing the town of Milliken, specifically legal questions related to the town's proposed personnel policies and procedures. I further move to reconvene the, nope, that's for when we're done.
Yep.
I'll second it.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Yes, sir. Mayor Woodcock?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Meisner?
Yes.
Trustee Burek?
Yes.
Trustee Austin?
Yes.
Trustee Lee Ryerlich?
Yes.
Trustee Nickerlich?
Yes.
That's it?